Hi guys! In this video I'm going to talk about samples, how to get free samples, and how to make the most of the samples that you have. The best way I have found to get samples is wherever it is that you shop for beauty, be it Ulta, Sephora, any other makeup site. Start an account with them online and have a shopping list, and you can list everything that you are thinking about getting. So when you're in Sephora in person and you see things that you want, don't buy them in store. Instead, put them on your shopping list at home and then watch for amazing sample deals on those sites. Sometimes Sephora will double the amount of samples you can get. So with every online order at Sephora, you get 3 free samples. But every once in a while, they'll up that to 6 or even 10. So wait until those times to order products, and then as soon as that promotion is up and running, go ahead and order the products that you already decided that you want and get those samples. On Ulta and on Sephora, they will often offer a free sample bag with a minimum purchase. So this is usually a little bag. The last one I got from Sephora was just like a little Ziploc like this, but sometimes they're actually little cute makeup bags closer to this one. And they'll come with 14, 15 samples already in them. So you don't get to pick your samples, but in my experience, they're always a great range of products. And if you get one of those sample bags, you still get your 3 free samples anyway that you would be able to order on the site. Many times on websites, they will have promo codes for deluxe size samples of products. And both of these are examples of deluxe size samples. This is an Algenist night cream, and this is a Lancome day cream. And both of these were a promo code. And a lot of times on Sephora they have a promo code that just says your gift, and then you get to pick between maybe 5 or 6 options of deluxe size samples. So these are pretty good size samples. Now, rewards points are available at most cosmetic retailers, including specific brands, and the more that you purchase items from the same companies, the more rewards you get, and then you can cash in those rewards for deluxe size samples also. So you can see how if you kind of figure out how to work the system, you can really get a lot of free stuff every time you order online. It is possible also to get free samples in store. It's absolutely appropriate to ask for samples every time you're purchasing something, anytime you're trying something in store. They a lot of times just have samples behind the register to give out. It's worth asking when you're checking out, but also just as you wander around the store, they can make a sample of pretty much any liquid product. So definitely take advantage of that. If there's things that you're wondering whether you want to get or not, ask for a sample. It doesn't hurt to ask. They can always just say no. So now that we've talked about how to get free samples, I want to talk about how to use free samples. So I have a bag of example type samples here to go through with you and talk about how to use them. Anytime that you're traveling, just get your Ziploc bag that you're going to use if you're flying and you need to take it out of your bag, and just fill it with samples. Like this is a Clarins Multi-Active Day Cream. So there's a day cream that'll probably go for like 3 days. Here's a Bobbi Brown Hydrating Face Cream. I could use that at night for 3 days. And here is an Ultimate Lift Eye Gel. You could use that. And that way, and obviously this is something that works for short trips, and also if you have really sensitive reactive skin, you're not going to want to take a chance that you're bringing a product that's going to make you break out or have a negative reaction to a product. My skin is pretty hardy. It'll stand up to pretty much anything for a few days at a time. So I would rather travel with this than with 5 full travel sizes of these products. And then once you've used up the sample, you can throw them away and you come home with nothing. The second way is to use things just as part of your regular skincare routine. And the best way that this works is with things that are deluxe size samples, like both of these jars. And this can just replace your usual day or night cream for a couple weeks, and it'll extend the life of the products that you've spent money on, and you might discover something that you really like. You can also depot any sample. These are little sample pots that they give you at Sephora if you ask them to make a sample for you. For instance, this Youth Preserve face cream. Say I wanted to depot this. So here it is. I'm just going to squeeze it into this pot. And this keeps the product from drying out, and it also lets you get absolutely every bit of product that you can out of there. So that's how much product was in that little sachet. So it's a good amount of product. This is also great if you have more than one. Like, I got this Lotus Youth Preserve face cream twice at checkout in Sephora. You can depot them in here together, and then you have it all in one place, and I could use that as my night cream for a couple days. Now, the third thing I want to talk about with samples is what to do with samples that are not right for your skin. So for example, this is a Fresh Lotus Youth Preserve face cream with Super 7 complex. Now, I'm sure this is great. You could use this on your face. Say you use it for one day on your face and it's just not moisturizing enough. Use up the sample. Don't throw the sample away, but use the sample as hand cream, or use it on your neck and your chest. You can use things that aren't perfect for your face on other parts of your bodies. It uses up the sample, and it also gets the most out of the sample. Now, another conundrum is, what if you get a sample that's wrong for your skin tone? Now, oftentimes I get samples that are too dark for my skin, and I think that probably an equal number of people get samples that are too light for their skin. If that happens, what you can do is what I call cocktailing samples. And the way that that works is you could take this Lotus Youth Preserve face cream, it's just a regular face moisturizer from Fresh, and then you could take this YSL Touch Eclat liquid foundation, and you could depot both of these samples into a jar like this. You could just put them right in there, mix them up. It'll basically make it into a tinted moisturizer that's lighter than what this foundation is. Another great way to cocktail samples is if you get a day cream with SPF that is just a basic moisturizer, and then you have a serum, like a high-powered serum. You can also cocktail those into a jar like this so that you have an SPF cream and a serum both together, mix them up, and then it's taking one step to put that on each day rather than 2 steps. And finally, I want to talk about how to choose your samples. This is what I would say. Always, if you want to get the most value out of your samples, get skincare samples. Eye cream, face moisturizer, sunscreen. Things like that are almost always the best value, and they can also be depotted like this and used for travel and all the things that I already listed. There's always fragrance samples, and the reason that I don't choose fragrance samples at checkout, unless it is a scent that I'm really interested in, is because it's harder to find a use for it if you don't like it. Also, free samples of fragrance are actually the easiest samples to get. If you pretty much go to any department store, you can get a free sample of almost any fragrance you want just by asking. It's a lot harder to get samples of high-end skincare. And finally, I would say, when in doubt, just try to get the same samples that you've already gotten before. You're getting a better sense of whether the product works for you. So I hope this video has given you some ideas of how to make the most of samples, how to get them, and how to make the most of the ones you have. So go find your stack of samples and start using them. Thanks, guys. I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.